Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today, we are going to be
making some snow terrain. Basically, as you saw in the title of the video, it's ice station. We haven't come up with a name yet, but by the time you're seeing this, you'll see the name of the ice station in the title. We've got a couple of working ideas, but let's get on to the craft. As you saw from the announcement video, we took some basic empty plastic containers of various types and mounted them. We haven't mounted them, but we made some double thick foam core after we peeled it, and we will be mounting them to the buildings to the foam core to give it a little base. These will all be used for scatter terrain or building a specific snow base for various war games and role-playing games. Let's show them some of the different containers. I'm not sure what this one was. It just looked cool, and we spray painted the insides, not the outsides, with a basic flat gray primer, so that when we glue everything on, it'll stick to the plastic, not to the paint, and then we'll hit everything up with either, what do you want to go, white or...
Not sure.
Okay. And then this one was actually a cup from an Easter egg die kit, and this one was what kind of gum was this? Do you remember? It was some sort of container of chewing gum. And this one was actually from a Reaper Bones miniature, and I really like this little thing on the back. And this one was from a Starbucks or a Icy or something like that. And as you can see down on the table here, we have a ton of bits we picked out from our bits box. And you want to show them which one you're going to work on?
Yes, well, I'm still not sure the entire process. It will be some sort of turret.
Kind of like the Hoth little turrets.
I guess.
That were, from your Star Wars miniature game.
Oh, yeah, right, yes.
If you remember on Hoth, there were some, sort of little turrets that you could get inside and operate them from inside. And he's going to make some small versions of that. I'm going to go ahead.
Small versions of that. They're just versions of that, yeah. I suppose.
And then
that is something you could compare it to.
Yeah. Because we do actually have like 2 of those only for the miniature game.
I don't know.
Okay. And I wanted to show you guys a neat little trick I came up with. I used them on the Snowcat over there. But these are little rubber stick-on pads for furniture, so you don't scratch up your floor or other things like that. And they're just soft rubber with an adhesive back. And as you notice there, I glued one right on the front there for sort of a hatchway door. I'll sort of put some hinges and lock mechanisms on the side, but they really look, pretty cool for that. And we've got, what kind of glue you want? Super glue, Joe?
I don't know, because
probably the regular super glue.
But I'm not gonna be able to finish it because I don't have all the pieces ready.
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to work on this one. This one's almost done. I'm just going to put a door. Get a Star Schlock miniature out there. And I get this sort of cable connector piece, and I don't know what that's from. I think it's from some sort of binder. And I want to put on a door. You're going to need the accelerator?
Yeah, actually no.
Okay. You don't want to rush it?
Yeah.
I have it just a certain way. But these sort of, quick buildings could be, used for a lot of different environments. You could use them for a desert setting, a forest setting, whatever you want to use them for. But we're going with ice and snow. This one I actually mounted to a washer to just give it a little bit more texture. I'm accelerator so I can move on to the next part.
So like this.
Sure. Just take whatever you want.
But what type of glue should it be?
It doesn't matter. If you use the accelerator, it'll just, make it
I
faster.
still think it should be this.
Okay.
Just so
I'm also going to try. It says this stuff is contains acetone, and I'm wondering if just straight acetone will work as a catalyst for super glue. If so, I'm going to save myself a ton of money and just keep pouring it into this bottle. But if you guys have tried that before, if you know that is in fact the case, please let me know before I possibly ruin a project.
Yeah.
And what was that antenna thing?
Okay, what do I do with this?
Oh, the bump that's
Yeah.
sticking out?
That also has super glue on it.
You know what? We could either... What do you want to mount it to?
No idea, but we need to get rid of the super glue first. But we can't spread. Okay. I was kind of not wanting. I was kind of not wanting to do that because now it's not as sturdy.
It'll be fine.
At least I guess it's even.
Yeah, that's straight enough for government work. And then I had something that I wanted to make an antenna with. I have several. Which one do you think looks better? This one? Is that two
Or
Jetsons, or this one, right?
definitely that.
Okay.
Because that is too.
Two Jetsons.
I
Too
suppose
retro?
so. And also, this piece is crumb, and I would prefer to save it for something.
The oh, I've got like a whole bunch of them.
Oh, okay. You should still save them though.
Okay. Yeah, I bought it's actually a bead, and I got it in a package of, like 6 or 8 of these, and I think they'd be great for gaslands or some sort of rocket ship or spaceship kind of contraption.
This would have been perfect.
Go ahead and do it.
No, if I don't want it to be like this.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, look,
It's wobbling?
can you see it?
No, I don't. It's not straight?
It's because, see that?
No, I don't.
Oh, because when I put it on top of this, it looks like
It's bent or something?
very badly.
Oh. So you want to save it for something else, or
I don't want to save it for something else. I want to.
straighten it?
Yes, I don't want to put it on yet.
Okay.
But I was thinking that if you put this on perfectly, then it could fit there. I wanted someone to be able to,
Go inside there?
yeah, and for there to be something there, but no.
Okay. We will also be covering all the rough edges and things like that with our usual baking soda, white paint, and white glue, snow mixture to...
Maybe just regular bottle cap this time, I suppose.
Okay, you've got all these to choose.
No, I meant just a regular bottle cap this time, because all of these are bigger.
Oh. Okay.
This one fits inside, but that doesn't help. And I guess this might work, but the problem I never like using bottle cap because of this.
They look like a bottle cap.
It on the surface it seems good until you realize that
It looks like a bottle cap.
no matter what you do, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen other people...
They would work if bottle caps were just smooth or something, and some were like that, it would work.
Yeah, but since they're all like that, and there's a couple of crafters out there that have used them, and you're right, it looks exactly like a bottle cap.
I mean, I've used them before, and that's mainly how I learned that.
Yeah, was it your mech or your robot?
I don't know which one you're talking about because I don't know what the difference between those two is.
Well, the tank robot?
Yes, it was the tank, but the mech could be referring to both the tank
Okay.
and the walker.
Yeah, the first one you made was the four-legged one?
I don't actually remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Think we could use this?
Absolutely. That was another antenna idea I was working with, but you have to poke a hole in the bottom.
And you need to get rid of the gear.
No.
Oh no, I just want to use the base.
Oh. I don't think I can cut. Let me see.
No, I want to get the gear off.
Oh.
But it's...
Do you care if it's destroyed?
I would prefer not to be.
Yeah, then I don't know how to do that without a power tool.
Which would destroy it?
Well, we would just cut the metal bar, because I don't think our clippers will go through that. That looks pretty...
Not that one.
This one I don't think... You could try it, but be careful, because it's going to shoot off. And, you know...
Nope.
Yeah, that's some pretty sturdy metal.
Do something to it, though.
Yeah.
Pretty much nothing, but something.
It's got a little indentation.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to come out of the bottle.
Because the problem is this. This looks too big, in my opinion. It just looks too big. But I can't put this on top of it. And this doesn't look right either. And I don't know if we have another one of these. And even then, it's too obvious that...
It's bottle caps.
And even this I don't like, but it's necessary. And this is... This... There's only one of. And I don't... Because you need to make sure that the guy fits. And none of the bottle caps allow that. And I also want to be able to remove it. That's why I care if someone's able to fit in there anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I know the gun is there, so it's not a perfect example. But this just looks way too tall.
Well, you know, if we make a small base like this,
Yes?
we can sink it in.
Yeah, that doesn't change it though.
Well,
Because I want to be able to move it around.
well, if we make, you know...
Like, just put it right here. I don't want to...
No, if we make a little foam piece about this big.
But then it's going to be elevated.
Well, no, you sink it, you cut a hole in the...
Yeah, I guess, but then...
You know, like...
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
You cut a piece
It's
right
just, I didn't want it to have a base.
here. Even if it's just, you know, a little bit around there?
I mean, it can, but I didn't want that.
Okay.
It wasn't my... I didn't really think about putting a base on it because some stuff like this, I never put bases on them anyways. Because... Yeah. I think I'm just going to have to find something else for that. But, no worries.
Okay, you want to move on to one of the other buildings then?
Sure. Which one?
Take a pick. I'm just doing this one right here. Just...
Well, what are they
basically-
supposed to be?
Well,
Because if they're supposed to be a building, then they're going to have something very different if they're just a generator.
yeah, that I
Or-
didn't think was a building. It's too...
Someone could easily fit inside of it.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to move around much and do anything. I was just thinking that's more like a... To me, it looked like a power plant or, you know, a air filter system or something like that. I didn't really see it as a building per se.
What happened to that thing I wanted to use as a screen?
A screen?
Not a screen, like a... I could use
Oh,
these,
you mean like a keyboard?
kind of. But if I do this, it'll waste the back part.
I've got more of those.
How many?
At least 4.
That's not enough to just be wasting them.
Okay.
Because I'll be probably using both of these. And maybe like 2 or 3 more.
Oh, okay.
So it would have to be something that is actually abundant.
Okay.
Or at least that we have a lot of. Is this going to be a... Oh, we already have something on it.
Yeah, it's just those 2 I was going to include. I wasn't even sure the the bubblegum container, I kind of like it the way it is without gluing it to the base. It's such a cool little weird looking sci-fi contraption that I was
And
thinking.
I presume you can't open it.
No. It's glued shut and everything.
Oh, it should have been open on a little.
And I was thinking of just using it, it could be on the snow piece or it could be somewhere else, if we wanted to use it for a desert terrain piece.
Where's the... Here. Are any of these buildings going to be inside?
Oh yeah, you can. Well, I'm not going to make it so that you can go inside them. I'm gluing them down.
Okay, then never mind.
I figure you could just, they're so small that I could just make like a cardboard template of the floor, kind of like Shadows of Brimstone or something, and just have them sort of like that. You're going to be using both of these?
No. I don't even know.
Because I was thinking maybe putting one here.
Alright. I'm only going to be using one for this, but I don't want to do that because I can't actually get it to be even. Because when I try to...
What's not making it even?
It's that when I...
Is it the bar, or you want me to just yank out the super glue that I...
No, it's not the super glue because I can put it in a different hole.
Okay, then.
Super glue
is
has
it the
nothing.
bar itself is bent?
It's not the bar itself is bent, it's gravity. And I guess if I put it here, it would usually want to stick, but if I stick it in at even a slight angle, it's gonna... Because that is...
So I'm just not seeing the bend or the not straight aspect. Okay, now I am. But...
Yeah, but I'll work on it later. So
Okay.
we have time.
Just take stuff and slap it on. It doesn't have to make 100%, sense. It's not, it's sci-fi. It should look good, but it doesn't have to make, complete logical sense. Let's turn over here. Cover that somehow. Okay, well it's stuck now. I put this in here to see if it would...
Okay, I don't understand this. I put a bunch of glue on it and... Well, now
It's not sticking to your hand?
it's sticking, yes, it's sticking more to my hand than it is to the thing I'm trying to put it on. In fact, there's a lot of super glue that's on there, making a massive stain. There's more of that than there is super glue that...
You want to use tweezers to help you put it on?
No, I put it on,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't stick. Obviously it wouldn't stick there because...
Is it like not flat or not?
Yeah, it's because it's not flat. I need to file it. So...
Oh, those things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what stopped it from... Because those are not good enough connections.
Yeah. Where's the other show? Right here. Have you been using this?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna use it for this.
the super glue, because a lot of it's on my fingers. We'll put something on the top of there. What do you think?
Does it work?
Oh yeah, well, that's actually kind of cool. So
Alright.
that you can actually access the machinery, so to speak.
Something like that. I don't know what else to do with it.
Just add little bits, just textures and.
It looks very smooth, I think.
Okay.
Except for maybe something to cover that X. So,
Yeah, I need a
no, it
different.
can't be that because there's a hole at the bottom. Maybe that? No.
That's the super glue cap.
I realized that.
Okay.
That's why I said no. Think this works?
Maybe something like that. Anything just to break up the surface. Maybe even mount that to that to that.
Give me the knife.
Careful, I'll poke my eye. Another knife here, or where's the drill? Okay. You just want to, cover everything with just little bits and bobs until you're happy with the end result.
Yeah.
And we have a few decals from the car set that we may slap on them and then weather them just to, sort of number the buildings so that the workers can, identify the problems and.
Or for whatever other purpose you would use something like this for.
Yeah, there's this movie you've never seen, I'm pretty sure, called The Thing, where these.
I am very aware of that movie.
Oh really? Okay.
Wait, I've never heard of that?
Well, I know we've never watched it together. And.
No, I don't think I've watched the entire thing.
Oh really? Because we don't have it.
I know we don't, but I think I saw it, like half of it somewhere once.
Okay.
But I don't remember much of when I watched it. I just remember watching things about it a few years ago.
Okay. So as you folks remember, at home, that it's some researchers at an ice station come across an alien organism, and believe it or not, it's actually a remake. The color version is actually.
Yeah, I think I heard that somewhere.
And I actually watched the original in black and white a long time ago. My dad used to set me down in front of the TV and tell me, hey, this movie's coming on, I've seen it, make sure you watch it. Did that with Planet of the Apes and The Thing and Soylent Green, Silent Running, Rollerball. Back when I was a kid, I forget what channel it was, but they would actually have sci-fi movies on in the afternoon, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which, I'd be right as soon as I got home from school, I'd be like, hey, this movie's on, watch it. He was, doing other things, and, I'd sit down and watch a movie and just be blown away with, perfect thing. Needed that super glue, not this super glue. And that's how I watched some of the greats, and then I went out when they came out on DVD and made sure I got them and added them to the collection. And we've watched Soylent Green together, Silent Running. Did we watch Rollerball?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a good one too. It's funny too because all three of those are.
Should this go here?
That looks good. Silent Running, I think, Soylent Green and Rollerball, I think, are all written by Harry Harrison, who also wrote the Stainless Steel Rat for you folks at home. Another great series of sci-fi books that I don't have in my collection anymore. I used to have them all in a hardback. I loaned it out, and, like the great writer says, only your friends steal your books. And I've I've lost more books that way, and I've yet to learn that lesson, because if someone wants to borrow a book, I will loan it out.
Should this go anywhere, or should we do something?
If you feel the creative urge to slap it on something, then feel free to do so. All these pieces, for the most part, are, you know, I'm not going to say, replaceable, because some of them I don't know where they came from. But if you see something and it just screams out, "Hey, put me here," then put it there.
It feels really warm in here, especially on this side of the room.
Really? Maybe it's the lights?
Oh, it's that.
The super glue burning your fingers?
No,
The accelerator?
this.
You're bleeding.
Yeah.
I don't see how that would warm up your whole body.
No, I said this side.
Oh.
This area.
Oh, okay. Then you cut yourself, and
I did not notice that. Anyways, I think that...
you think you need to go to the emergency room?
No,
Okay.
it's not.
Good, because
So, what else should we do? Or should we put it there?
do you want to add more, or do you want to?
I think we can do the rest of it later. Especially with this and...
Okay. You know what we can do with this?
Oh, this? What?
We can always, if it's
I still want it to go here. That was a good idea you
Okay.
had. But...
right in here, right? You know what we can do?
Yeah.
We can just jam a whole bunch of milliput. We mix up some milliput and just put it in there,
yeah.
and it'll hold it a little straighter, because I
But
mean,
you need to line it up first.
yeah,
That's the problem with sticking things into something like that, is that it's very difficult to actually line it up, because you need to line it up in 5, almost 10 different angles.
Yeah.
If you
I
really
really
want
like-
it to be perfect.
because I really like this piece. I don't know what it's from, folks, but it just screams. To me, it reminds me of IG-88's head,
I can see that.
where it's just, a whole bunch of different sensors for, atmosphere and different things like that. And I just wanted to, because I think it was actually a gun or something like this, but upside down it just screams, some sort of sensor array. But we'll finish that off camera. But I think you folks get the gist of what we're going with here, folks. Take some empty containers, turn them upside down, cover them with gribblies, surround them with your the appropriate terrain ingredients, whether it be sand, rocks, fake snow, trees, bushes. You can easily use these for any world setting you want. We're going with the ice station, and hopefully you guys will send us some photos of your renditions of these, or things you've done that are similar. But for now, that's it, folks. Hope you guys have a great evening. And we will see you tomorrow, where I will be doing another one of my Dungeon Master reviews with the greatest role-playing game book. Not necessarily role-playing game, but the greatest book, because of its simplicity and its completeness. And until then, have a great night, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.